You are listening to KSG Podcast. This is a short, crisp, concise, exam-oriented, edited editorial for civil services aspirants. In this podcast, we are going to talk about the long-range nuclear-capable missile. Source for the content is the Indian Express. A successful flight test of India's long-range surface-to-surface nuclear-capable ballistic missile, Agni-v, was undertaken on the 15th of December 2022 night. The Strategic Forces Command, that is SFC, which operates the Agni-v, carried out the test from APJ Abdul Kalam Island off the coast of Odisha. Agni-v was earlier tested last year in October by the SFC independently for the first time, a few months after China had tested its hypersonic missile. The latest test comes a few days after Chinese and Indian troops clashed at the line of actual control in Tawang, Arunachal Pradesh. Agni-v can strike targets at ranges of 5,000 to 5,500 kilometers, which puts major cities in China, including the capital Beijing, within its range. What is the Agni-v missile? The nuclear-capable missile, which uses a three-stage solid-fueled engine, has been developed by India's Defense Research and Development Organization, that is DRDO. The development of Agni missiles started in early 1980 under the Integrated Guided Missile Development Program, spearheaded by scientist and former President Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who was also a central figure in India's missile and space programs. Medium to intercontinental versions of Agni missile systems 1 to 5 have varying ranges, starting from 700 kilometers for Agni-1 to 5,000 kilometers and above for Agni-v. In June 2021, DRDO successfully tested Agni-p, a canisterized missile within a range capability between 1,000 and 2,000 kilometers. This means that the missile can be launched from road and rail platforms, making it easier for it to be deployed and launched at a quicker pace. Agni-6 is also said to be under development with a range starting at 8,000 kilometers. So, what was the latest test for? Agni-v has been successfully tested multiple times since 2012. Defense Ministry sources said the latest test was carried out primarily to validate various new technologies on board the missile. The flight performance of the missile was tracked and monitored by radars, range stations, and tracking systems all through the mission, including by the assets deployed in the sea. At the time of the previous test in October 2021, the Ministry of Defense in its statement had highlighted the posture of credible minimum deterrence and no first use, which are pivotal points of India's nuclear doctrine, first published in 2003. This basically means India would never use nuclear weapons first in a conflict situation, but only as retaliation. And the arsenal maintained is to only deter the possibility of an attack on India. Now, who undertook the test? The SFC, which carried out the test, is a key tri-services formation that manages and administers all the strategic assets and falls under the purview of the Nuclear Command Authority of India. The Nuclear Command Authority is the sole body which can authorize the use of nuclear weapons. It comprises a political council and an executive council. The political council is chaired by the Prime Minister. The executive council, chaired by the National Security Advisor, provides inputs for decision making by the Nuclear Command Authority and executes the directives given to it by the political council. That's it for this podcast. Thank you so much for listening. To join KSG India courses and to crack the IELTS exam, visit ksgindia.com. You can also get a PDF of this podcast on ksgindia.com. Thanks for listening.